Hi, Kev. It's your favorite president, Donald J. Trump. I was just talking to some people after New Hampshire, and they were telling me that maybe I should try my hand at stand-up. So I wanted to get your feedback on my audition tape. Tell me what you think.
You know, we won New Hampshire 3 times now. Three. We win it every time. We win the primary, we win the generals, we've won it, and it's a very, very special place to me. It's very important. If you remember, in 2016, we came here and we needed that win, and we won by 21 points, and it was great. And today, I have to tell you, it was very interesting because I said, wow, what a great victory. But then somebody ran up to the stage all dressed up nicely when it was at 7. But now I just walked up and it's at 14. But she ran up when it was 7. And, you know, we have to do what's good for our party. And she was up and I said, wow, she's doing like a speech like she won. She didn't win, she lost. And, you know, last week we had a little bit of a problem. And if you remember, Ron was very upset because she ran up and she pretended she won Iowa. And I looked around, I said, didn't she come in 3rd? Yeah, she came in 3rd. And then I looked at the polls. She was talking about most winnability, who's going to win, and I had one put up. I don't know if you see it, but I have one put up. We've won almost every single poll in the last 3 months against crooked Joe Biden, almost every poll. And she doesn't win those polls. And she doesn't win those. This is not your typical victory speech, but let's not have somebody take a victory when she had a very bad night. She had a very bad night. And you have the now very unpopular governor of this state. This guy, he's got to be on something. I've never seen anybody with energy. He's like hopscotch. And you know, I'm watching this guy, and 2 weeks ago, he said, we're going to win in the landslide, we're going to win. About 3 days ago, he started saying, well, we want to do well. That's a big difference. But I walked out just now, we're 14 points up, and I don't know what it's going to be. But when she was up here, it was like 6 or 7. And, you know, with like 7% of the vote counted. Now, let me just tell you, we had an unbelievable week last week in Iowa. We set a record. It was the best in the history of the caucus, in the history. And I remember I sort of had the same feeling. I'm up and I'm watching, and I said, she's taking a victory lap. And we beat her so badly, but Ron beat her also. You know, Ron came in 2nd and he left. She came in 3rd and she's still hanging around.
Anyway, thanks for listening. And don't forget to vote. And now, it's That Kevin Show.
Somewhere in the bowels of the city that never sleeps,
Kevin McCullough, radio host with Salem Media,
is a man also not sleeping.
Syndicated radio talk show host Kevin McCullough.
And that guy would like a word with you.
Many of you know him as Nostradamus.
Of course, That Kevin Show is going to be great. The only thing that could be greater, of course, would be That Donald Show. But we don't have that, so we have That Kevin Show.
Featuring the music of Dick Tunney and the Dream in Color Orchestra. And tonight, Decision 24 with Dr. Monica Crowley. A man named Kevin and his Ordinary Angels. An economic war you're unaware of? Dean Haskin weighs in. Sketch comedy? Joe Biden writes a song that makes the whole world cry. And the origin of the cheeseburger burrito, along with Ann Wilson in the spotlight. And now, from Times Square, where even after buying them all the first round, Nikki Haley still couldn't lock down the Pizza Rat Union endorsement, here's that.
Turns out the Pizza Rat endorsement is going to be very hard to get this year because they didn't give it to Trump yet either. The key is they don't want leftover pizza. They want fresh pies. So whoever's going to try to get that locked up, and New York's going to be in play. I don't know. Nikki Haley won't be in the race by the time the primary comes to New York. It's not going to be possible. But it is going to be in play in the general election. And that's why it's going to be interesting to see exactly where we all go from here. Welcome to the weekend. Kevin McCullough, couldn't be happier than to have you with us. Have you felt like you were walking a little bit in like rarefied air this week? Like the way other people saw certain things that happened didn't quite make sense to you? I say that because you heard the opening cold open sketch there with the former president trying his hand at stand-up. And I thought it's really funny. I thought that speech showed humor. I thought that there was a lot of, good-naturedness about it. I mean, when this guy wants to be nasty, he has been nasty in the past. He can call people nasty names and do nasty, and he didn't do any of that with her. But did you see her social media? Oh, man. The Nikki Haley social media machine. I don't know. First, just tonight, she heard that this show was going to have the president's speech on, and so Swamper's going to swamp. That's okay. That's not that far removed from what she said just right after the election was over the other night. Thank you, New Hampshire. I came in last, but thank you. No, seriously, I guess she could take some solace that she got more votes than Joe Biden on the other side, because he only had like 69,000 votes and she got 100,000 plus. But Trump got 170,000 and she spent gobs more money there than him and spent a lot of time there. I mean, this was her Iowa. Ron DeSantis spent all of his money in Iowa. Nikki Haley spent all of her money in New Hampshire. And then she got some Ron DeSantis money. Actually, it's just the never Trump money. And they came looking for whoever was left standing, and they said, okay, we'll give it to Nikki. So that's what happened there. But thank you, New Hampshire. This is why I thought Trump's speech the other night was just hilarious. I thought he was, and he didn't even look angry. People talk about how angry he was. Oh, and she was this week. Well, he gave a nasty victory speech. I just played for you the nastiest part of the victory speech. And then she said, well, he didn't talk about the American people or what they're going through. And then right after what I played for you, he went on and talked about the American people and what he's going to do for them for the next 4 years. She is in la la land, people. I don't know what she's doing, but it ain't normal. And whatever it is mind bending. So, be careful there, Nick. But I want to get to this other thing because this is equally hilarious. She has said all week long, she's been doing this on social media all week. She's had a dozen of these posts if she's had one. But it's all about the establishment. I've been fighting the establishment forever. I'm the one that's going against the establishment. I'm going to the establishment, blah, blah, blah. I just do me a favor. On the commercial break, walk outside, go to your neighbor's house, ask them. Knock on the door. Excuse me. Yeah. Do you think that Donald Trump is considered the establishment? Ask any person in America if they think that Donald Trump is the establishment. The guy connected with all the deep pockets, the Koch brothers, all the DeSantis money, all the Haley money, all the PAC money, all the people that have been trying to kick his fanny out of politics since he came down that escalator all those years ago. Do you think anybody in America thinks that he's the establishment? You know who doesn't think he's the establishment? Joe Biden. Joe Biden, MAGA Republicans, MAGA this, MAGA that. I thought it was genius what Trump did on Monday. He goes, very calm. And he's so much more calm. He's so much more chill on the campaign trail this year than he was the last two times. But he just very calmly says from the podium, do you think that making America great is a bad thing? Because that's what MAGA stands for, make America great again. Do you think that making America a good place is bad. Look, I want my teachers to make children's learning experiences great. I want my banker to make my investments great. I want my bride to make our romantic life great and the cooking in the kitchen. I want my mechanic to make my car great. And I want my president to make my country great. I don't understand how we walk around MAGA extremists. Yes, we're extreme about wanting an awesome country. How terrible is that? But Nikki Haley's trying to make you think that Donald Trump is the establishment just because he's undefeated and in record form steamrolling her through the primary. I don't get it, but that's her take. Coming right back, we got a huge show. Don't you go anywhere.